distant horn honks down the avenue. We used to know each face inside the tram. You poured the tea and laughed at what we grew, and told me who you thought I really am. Old photographs are turning pale and dry. We sat right there and watched the pavement fade. You never asked me why I had to fly. You just folded the map we two had made. Time slipped away like dust upon the shelf. You kept the secrets that I lost myself. We shared the winter and the sudden rain. Now quiet streets just whisper out your name. The milk bottles rattle on the stone step near. I walk these bricks to find you as before. We spent our youth without a single fear, until the night we locked the wooden door. Time slipped away like dust upon the shelf. You kept the secrets that I lost myself. We shared the winter and the sudden rain. Now quiet streets just whisper out your name. I still recall the songs you used to play before the years took all our pride away. I left my coat upon your front porch chair, in case you ever need to feel me there. The street lamp flickers as the shadows fall, and I walk home alone past garden walls. Coarse woven linen grazes against my open palm, threadbare and faded beneath the copper light. I trace the frayed seam along the shoulder line, pulled from a cedar chest after 30 years of quiet. Suddenly 1972 rushes back into the room, smelling of river mist and paraffin smoke. We shared one bench through October chill, folding our collars against the rising gale. You counted buttons when words grew too hard to spill, knowing our simple design was bound to fail. You gave the coat away before the winter came, leaving the depot while the final whistle blew. I watched the lanterns swing beside your ticket stop, walking through sleet to find a path without your hand. stitch the edges that we tore apart, softening every seam across a mendable heart. I hear the phonograph crackling through the floorboards, playing that slow waltz you hum beneath your breath. You held the needle while I held the drifting thread, fixing the cuff you snagged against the garden gate. We were so patient with things that we could hold, before the autumn turned decisively cold. The parlor clock chimes its quarter-hour warning, drawing the curtain between the then and now. I hold the fabric against the chill outside, keeping the secret that neither could avow. You gave the coat away before the winter came, leaving the depot while the final whistle blew. I watched the lantern swing beside your ticket stub, walking through sleet to find a path without your hand. Time stitched the edges that we tore apart, softening every seam across a mendable heart. Old garments keep the warmth of bodies long departed, better than letters stored in ribbon stacks. I press the weave against my cheek and close my eyes, and for 2 seconds every missing piece comes back. I fold the linen square and set it in the drawer, the rain taps steady on the kitchen glass. Good night to what we were upon that station floor. Some threads stay strong while all the seasons pass. The amber glow fell slant across your knees, while rattling streetcars hum beneath the trees. You turned a page of newsprint worn and gray, and brushed a speck of autumn dust away. I never meant to speak above the din, or ask what ghost you might be keeping in. Your fingers trace the rim of porcelain, as if to check where healing might begin. We trade small truths beneath a stranger's eaves, while wind disturbs the pile of dying leaves. You lost your love in 1974. I locked behind me 20 summers more. 2 heavy coats hung up upon the rail, 2 fading postmarks on a forwarded mail. keep the handle carved in cherry wood. We loved the best we could. A silver spoon rests by the teacup rim. The porcelain pattern slowly fading dim. You left it there the night you turned away, and time has turned it duller by the day. I sit alone and stir the empty air to find the warmth that used to linger there. A heavy silence fills the kitchen space, while shadows slowly take your vacant place. I touch the metal cold against my thumb. My stubborn fingers feel a little numb. We spent a lifetime building quiet years. Now all that remains is salt and unshed tears. I sit alone and stir the empty air to find the warmth that used to linger there. A heavy silence fills the kitchen space, while shadows slowly take your vacant place. Some promises are written in the dust. That heavy iron slowly turns to rust. I wash the cup and put the spoon away, and finally learn to face another day. The cup is clean and placed upon the shelf. I turn the kitchen light off by myself. Warm clove and vanilla float down the hall, drifting from kitchens he used to know well. He hangs up his coat by the telephone bell, watching the shadows that lean on the wall. 30-odd autumns have quietly passed since the day that she packed up her trunk for the train. He remembers the way that she fastened her coat, leaving her key with a short pencil note. He set out 2 teacups on polished white pine, while the station clock signaled her departing line. A promise was spoken that neither could mend, as the whistle blew softly around the north bend, and love turned to memory, gentle and sweet, left behind like the dust on an autumn street. He tends to the garden when evening arrives, trimming the roses she planted in spring. He never complained about what time would bring, keeping the warmth of their earlier lives. Neighbors still wave when he crosses the yard, carrying groceries in brown paper bags. There is never a tear on his weathered gray cheek, just a silent devotion, too tender to speak. He set out to teacups on polished white pine, while the station clock signaled her departing line. A promise was spoken that neither could mend, as the whistle blew softly around the north bend, and love turned to memory, gentle and sweet, left behind like the dust on an autumn street. Some stories don't shatter with anger or spite, they drift out like smoke in the pale evening light. He kept all her letters tied up in a drawer, wishing her peace on that faraway shore. He winds up the mantel clock, turning the key. The kettle is whistling, the parlor is still. He drinks from his cup on the wide windowsill, content with the ghost of who they used to be. You said the hinge was getting loose and dry. Just yesterday, before we said goodbye, I found the copper oil can on the shelf, beside two teacups sitting by themselves. The yellow notepad by the kitchen sink still holds your grocery list in fading ink. The mantel clock ticks heavy in the hall. Your woolen overcoat is off the wall. The postman dropped the circulars and left the wooden mailbox half bereft. A pair of garden gloves rests on the lawn. The evening paper waits through dusk till dawn. A sweater keeps your shape upon the chair, while winter slowly settles in the loving people learn to go. You said yesterday the radio plays clear whenever stormy weather starts to clear. The silver dial is fixed upon the station, a relic of our final conversation. A single matchstick lies inside the tray from when we talked until the break of day. A pair of garden gloves rests on the lawn. The evening paper waits through dusk till dawn. A sweater keeps your shape upon the chair, while winter slowly settles in the air. And every quiet corner seems to know how gently loving people learn to go. Nobody threw a plate or slammed the door. We simply reached the end of wanting more. I sweep the porch and gather up the leaves, accepting what a quiet heart receives. The hinge is quiet now with fresh dark oil. The garden sleeps beneath the frosty soil. I lock the latch exactly like you said, and turn the blanket down across the bed. A sudden thought broke through the quiet room about the way you always trim the wick before the wick had time to smell like smoke. I still can hear the grandfather clock tick. The tea is steeping past the point of sweet. The photograph is turning at the edge, where sun has hit it through the double pane and faded out the blue upon your pledge. Blue paint is peeling off the window frame, since nobody is left to call my name. A suitcase waits beside the cellar door, while light moves slowly across the kitchen floor. Seasons turn without a word of warning, taking every single trace of you, leaving empty chairs and simple longing for the life we thought we would go through. I pull the heavy wooden latch down slow and lock the door, because it's time to go. Where do all the lost addresses go when nobody writes back in winter snow? The kettle whistles somewhere down the hall. The neighbor painted over half his wall. I still fold the napkin by your plate, forgetting that you always ate too late. The radio plays tunes from '64. A yellow leaf drifts past the cellar door. Thoughts keep tangling like an unspooled thread, remembering the quiet things you said. You took the copper kettle through the gate, while heavy shadow drifted on the lawn. We spoke of reasons to renegotiate before the early morning train was gone, and parted softly at the gravel bend. Did I water ferns beside the stair? A velvet ribbon that you wore is there. The grocery clerk asked if we moved away. I bought some peach preserves and walked away. Time just wanders on without a plan. A faded ticket held inside my hand. The postman nods and rings his little bell. There are so many things I never tell. My mind keeps drifting back across the park, where we once counted street lights after dark. You took the copper kettle through the gate, while heavy shadow drifted on the lawn. We spoke of reasons to renegotiate before the early morning train was gone, and parted softly at the gravel bend. It skipped a beat, the clock upon the wall. I smell your lavender along the hall. A cup of tea grows cold upon the sill. The world moves forward while the heart stands still. You took the copper kettle through the gate, while heavy shadow drifted on the lawn. We spoke of reasons to renegotiate before the early morning train was gone, and parted softly at the gravel bend. The porch light flickers in the evening breeze. I watch the birds fly south above the trees. The question lingers where you used to stand. A phantom warmth upon an empty hand. This old oak chair sinks deep into the woven rug, holding 80 years of dust and winter wool. I sit down here to write to you, my hurried friend, back when your heart was bruised and brimming full. You thought the world had shattered on that gravel road, the day your station wagon turned and drove away. You carried blame like pennies in your coat, and walked all night to keep from crying out. Put down the pen and let the quiet heal the room. The sweetest apple needs the frost before the bloom. She loved you well, but seasons change their point of view. And 30 years from now you find a steady grace. You build a porch and watch the silver willow grow. So dry your eyes, you have so far to go. I know you burned her letters in the kitchen sink, thinking anger was the only shield you had. You swore you'd never sing along to parlor tunes, convinced that every gentle memory went bad. Be kinder now to 21 and foolish pride, that boy who paced the shoreline in the cold. You didn't ruin every road ahead, you simply reached the border of the start. Put down the pen and let the quiet heal the room. The sweetest apple needs the frost before the bloom. She loved you well, but seasons change their point of view. And 30 years from now you find a steady grace. You build a porch and watch the silver willow grow. So dry your eyes, you have so far to go. One autumn day you'll meet a girl beside the square. Her laugh will scatter every shadow on the floor. You will not measure her against what walked away, because you learned to open up the door. I fold this paper as the evening shadows fall. The heavy wooden chair supports me through the dusk. Sleep well tonight, my younger self, without the dread. You made it through, just like the promise said. 4:45 blinks upon the nightstand clock, counting down the quiet hours left to share. I close my eyes and picture 20 years ahead, a breezy corner near a seaside square, where you will stand beside a fruit stand in the sun, with all our heavy storms long over and undone. Time will soften every sharp regret, washing clean the tears we haven't finished yet. You will carry groceries up a flight of stairs, finding silver threads among your braided hair, pausing at the landing when the steeple bells ring, humming some old record that we used to sing, smiling at a neighbor near the garden gate, glad we loved each other through the turn of fate. The glowing red numbers turn to 5 o'clock, while steam rises gently from the kettle spout. You'll take a window table on an autumn day, watching yellow leaves blow all across the street, and order 2 hot ciders without thinking why, then raise your cup toward the clearing sky. All the bitter weather turns around, leaving quiet roses in the hardened ground. You will carry groceries up a flight of stairs, finding silver threads among your braided hair, pausing at the landing when the steeple bells ring, humming some old record that we used to sing, smiling at a neighbor near the garden gate, glad we loved each other through the turn of fate. We do not have to keep the broken glass to know the sunlight warmed it in the past. I wish you peaceful rooms and sturdy shoes, and gentle days with nothing left to lose. The bedside numbers roll to 5:15. I set your luggage softly by the hall, step out into the day without a tear, for we were kind, and that is best of all. A distant horn honks down the avenue. We used to know each face inside the train. photographs are turning pale and dry. We sat right there and watched the pavement fade. You never asked me why I had to fly. You just folded the map we two had made. Time slipped away like dust upon the shelf. You kept the secrets that I lost myself. We shared the winter and the sudden rain. Now quiet streets just whisper out your name. The milk bottles rattle on the stone step near. I walk these bricks to find you as before. We spent our youth without a single fear, until the night we locked the wooden door. Time slipped away like dust upon the shelf. You kept the secrets that I lost myself. We shared the winter and the sudden rain. Now quiet streets just whisper out your name. I still recall the songs you used to play before the years took all our pride away. I left my coat upon your front porch chair, in case you ever need to feel me there. The street lamp flickers as the shadows fall, and I walk home alone past garden walls. Coarse woven linen grazes against my open palm, threadbare and faded beneath the copper light. I trace the frayed seam along the shoulder line, pulled from a cedar chest after 30 years of quiet. Suddenly 1972 rushes back into the room, smelling of river mist and paraffin smoke. We shared one bench through October chill, folding our collars against the rising gale. You counted buttons when words grew too hard to spill, knowing our simple design was bound to fail. You gave the coat away before the winter came, leaving the depot while the final whistle blew. I watched the lantern swing beside your ticket stop, walking through sleet to find a path without your hand. Time stitched the edges that we tore apart, softening every seam across a mendable heart. I hear the phonograph crackling through the floorboards, playing that slow waltz you hummed beneath your breath. drifting thread fixing the cuff you snagged against the garden gate. We were so patient with things that we could hold before the autumn turned decisively cold. The parlor clock chimes its quarter-hour warning, drawing the curtain between the then and now. I hold the fabric against the chill outside, keeping the secret that neither could avow. You gave the coat away before the winter came, leaving the depot while the final whistle blew. I watched the lantern swing beside your ticket stub, walking through sleep to find a path without your hand. Time stitched the edges that we tore apart, softening every seam across a mendable heart. Old garments keep the warmth of bodies long departed, better than letters stored in ribbon stacks. I press the weave against my cheek and close my eyes, and for 2 seconds every missing piece comes back. I fold the linen square and set it in the drawer, the rain taps steady on the kitchen glass. Good night to what we were upon that station floor. Some threads stay strong while all the seasons pass. The amber glow fell slant across your knees, while rattling streetcars hung beneath the trees. You turned a page of newsprint worn and gray, and brushed a speck of autumn dust away. I never meant to speak above the din, or ask what ghost you might be keeping in. Your fingers trace the rim of porcelain, as if to check where healing might begin. We trade small truths beneath a stranger's eaves, while wind disturbs the pile of dying leaves. You lost your love in 1974. I locked behind me 20 summers more. 2 heavy coats hung up upon the rail, 2 fading postmarks on a forwarded mail. We share a silence built of patience grown, too tired to wander and too old to moan. The platform bell is ringing for your train. I tilt the canvas roof against the rain. You keep the handle carved in cherry wood. We loved the best we could. teacup rim. The porcelain pattern slowly fading dim. You left it there the night you turned away, and time has turned it duller by the day. I sit alone and stir the empty air to find the warmth that used to linger there. A heavy silence fills the kitchen space, while shadows slowly take your vacant place. I touch the metal cold against my thumb. My stubborn fingers feel a little numb. We spent a lifetime building quiet years. Now all that remains is salt and unshed tears. I sit alone and stir the empty air to find the warmth that used to linger there. A heavy silence fills the kitchen space, while shadows slowly take your vacant place. Some promises are written in the dust. That heavy iron slowly turns to rust. I wash the cup and put the spoon away, and finally learn to face another day. The cup is clean and placed upon the shelf. I turn the kitchen light off by myself. Warm clove and vanilla float down the hall, drifting from kitchens he used to know well. He hangs up his coat by the telephone bell, watching the shadows that lean on the wall. 30-odd autumns have quietly passed since the day that she packed up her trunk for the train. He remembers the way that she fastened her coat, leaving her key with a short pencil note. He set out 2 teacups on polished white pine, while the station clock signaled her departing line. A promise was spoken that neither could mend, as the whistle blew softly around the north bend, and love turned to memories, gentle and sweet, left behind like the dust on an autumn street. He tends to the garden when evening arrives, trimming the roses she planted in spring. He never complained about what time would bring, keeping weathered gray cheek, just a silent devotion, too tender to speak. He set out 2 teacups on polished white pine, while the station clock signaled her departing line. A promise was spoken that neither could mend, as the whistle blew softly around the north bend, and love turned to memory, gentle and sweet, left behind like the dust on an autumn street. Some stories don't shatter with anger or spite, they drift out like smoke in the pale evening light. He kept all her letters tied up in a drawer, wishing her peace on that faraway shore. He winds up the mantel clock, turning the key. The kettle is whistling, the parlor is still. He drinks from his cup on the white windowsill, content with the ghost of who they used to be. You said the hinge was getting loose and dry. Just yesterday, before we said goodbye, I found the copper oil can on the shelf, beside 2 teacups sitting by themselves. The yellow notepad by the kitchen sink still holds your grocery list in fading ink. The mantel clock ticks heavy in the hall. Your woolen overcoat is off the wall. The postman dropped the circulars and left the wooden mailbox half bereft. A pair of garden gloves rests on the lawn. The evening paper waits through dusk till dawn. A sweater keeps your shape upon the chair, while winter slowly settles in the air, and every quiet corner seems to know how gently loving people learn to go. He said yesterday the radio plays clear whenever stormy weather starts to clear. The silver dial is fixed upon the station, a relic of our final conversation. A single matchstick lies inside the tray, from when we talked until the break of day. A pair of garden gloves rests on to go. Nobody threw a plate or slammed the door. We simply reached the end of wanting more. I sweep the porch and gather up the leaves, accepting what a quiet heart receives. The hinge is quiet now with fresh dark oil. The garden sleeps beneath the frosty soil. I lock the latch exactly like you said, and turn the blanket down across the bed. A sudden thought broke through the quiet room about the way you always trim the wick before the wick had time to smell like smoke. I still can hear the grandfather clock tick. The tea is steeping past the point of sweet. The photograph is turning at the edge, where sun has hit it through the double pane and faded out the blue upon your pledge. Blue paint is peeling off the window frame, since nobody is left to call my name. A suitcase waits beside the cellar door, while light moves slowly across the kitchen floor. Seasons turn without a word of warning, taking every single trace of you, leaving empty chairs and simple longing for the life we thought we would go through. I pull the heavy wooden latch down slow and lock the door because it's time to go. Where do all the lost addresses go when nobody writes back in winter snow? The kettle whistles somewhere down the hall. The neighbor painted over half his wall. I still fold the napkin by your plate, forgetting that you always ate too late. The radio plays tunes from '64. A yellow leaf drifts past the cellar door. keep tangling like an unspooled thread, remembering the quiet things you said. You took the copper kettle through the gate, while heavy shadow drifted on the lawn. We spoke of reasons to renegotiate before the early morning train was gone, and parted softly at the gravel bend. Did I water ferns beside the stair? A velvet ribbon that you wore is there. The grocery clerk asked if we moved away. I bought some peach preserves and walked away. Time just wanders on without a plan, a faded ticket held inside my hand. The postman nods and rings his little bell. There are so many things I never tell. My mind keeps drifting back across the park where we once counted street lights after dark. You took the copper kettle through the gate, while heavy shadow drifted on the lawn. We spoke of reasons to renegotiate before the early morning train was gone, and parted softly at the gravel bend. It's good to be the clock upon the wall. I smell your lavender along the hall. A cup of tea grows cold upon the sill. The world moves forward while the heart stands still. You took the copper kettle through the gate, while heavy shadow drifted on the lawn. We spoke of reasons to renegotiate before the early morning train was gone, and parted softly at the gravel bend. The porch light flickers in the evening breeze. I watch the birds fly south above the trees. The question lingers where you used to stand, a phantom warmth upon an empty hand. This old oak chair sinks deep into the woven rug, holding 80 years of dust and winter wool. I sit down here to write to you, my hurried friend, back when your heart was bruised and brimming full. You thought the world had shattered on that gravel road, the day your station wagon turned and drove away. You carried blame like pins Put down the pen and let the quiet heal the room. The sweetest apple needs the frost before the bloom. She loved you well, but seasons change their point of view. And 30 years from now you find a steady grace. You build a porch and watch the silver willow grow. So dry your eyes, you have so far to go. I know you burned her letters in the kitchen sink, thinking anger was the only shield you had. You swore you'd never sing along to parlor tunes, convinced that every gentle memory went bad. Be kinder now to 21 and foolish pride, that boy who paced the shoreline in the cold. You didn't ruin every road ahead, you simply reached the border of the start. Put down the pen and let the quiet heal the room. The sweetest apple needs the frost before the bloom. She loved you well, but seasons change their point of view. And 30 years from now you find a steady grace. You build a porch and watch the silver willow grow. So dry your eyes, you have so far to go. One autumn day you'll meet a girl beside the square. Her laugh will scatter every shadow on the floor. You will not measure her against what walked away, because you learned to open up the door. I fold this paper as the evening shadows fall. The heavy wooden chair supports me through the dusk. Sleep well tonight, my younger self, without the dread. You made it through, just like the promise said. For 45 blinks upon the nightstand clock, counting down the quiet hours left to share. I close my eyes and picture 20 years ahead, a breezy corner near a seaside square, where you will stand beside a fruit stand in the sun, with all our heavy storms long over and undone. Time will soften every sharp regret, washing clean the tears we haven't finished yet. You will carry groceries up a flight of stairs, finding silver threads among your braided hair, pausing at the landing when the steeple bells ring, humming some old record that we used each other through the turn of fate. The glowing red numbers turn to 5 o'clock, while steam rises gently from the kettle spout. You'll take a window table on an autumn day, watching yellow leaves blow all across the street, and order 2 hot ciders without thinking why. Then raise your cup toward the clearing sky. All the bitter weather turns around, leaving quiet roses in the hardened ground. You will carry groceries up a flight of stairs, finding silver threads among your braided hair, pausing at the landing when the steeple bells ring, humming some old record that we used to sing, smiling at a neighbor near the garden gate, glad we loved each other through the turn of fate. We do not have to keep the broken glass to know the sunlight warmed it in the past. I wish you peaceful rooms and sturdy shoes, and gentle days with nothing left to lose. The bedside numbers roll to 5:15. I set your luggage softly by the hall, step out into the day without a tear, for we were kind, and that is best of all.